everybody. I have all my supplies. Sneak peek for today's video. I hope you guys are doing wonderful and fantastic and having a lovely day. Welcome back to sunny California. It's been raining a little bit here, but it is now back to being nice and sunny and lovely outside. So I just got a bit of a bug to do a bit of a tack project. So I'm going to take you back a few days to when I actually started this video, and then I'll catch up with you guys in a minute. Back from the consignment tack shop, and I did end up getting something, as you guys will have seen, but I'm actually going to wait until a little bit later to open this because I have a few things from a different tack shop that I got that I thought I would show you guys, just like some restocks of things and things that I've been wanting to try. First thing is the MCEquestrian Survivor Super Detangler in Shine. I talked about this in my grooming video, like my grooming favorites video. If you haven't seen that, go check it out because I do talk a lot about this and all my other favorite grooming products. I also restocked my favorite boot cleaner. You guys have probably seen me use this before, but it's the FX Boot Cleaner in Shine. Just a little spray bottle. I use this every day to clean my boots. It's like my everyday boot cleaner, and the last one I had lasted maybe like 6 months. Like I said, using it every single day. It's $18.50, but a really a great product. The next thing I got is kind of boring. It's just another pair of spur straps. These are the Huntley spur straps in the length 18 inches. And then you guys will have known Cinnamon has Cushing's and has to be kind of on like a low sugar, low carb diet. So I decided I'd try these treats, which are called Beady Bites. And I have heard a lot of people really like these, but I've actually never tried them. I got the apple flavor. They have a ton of flavors. They have like cherry, carrot, banana, apple, obviously, peppermint. But let's open these and just see what they look like. I'm quite curious. I think they're shaped like little hearts, which is adorable. They are. Oh my god, they're so cute. Oops. They're little hearts. I mean, they smell good. We'll see if Cinnamon likes them. We'll give these a try later, and I will tell you if she hated them or loved them, because recently she's been really picky about food. So I think the Cushing's medication really affects her palate. Now, the most exciting part. You guys will have known whenever I ride in my jumping saddle, I use my dressage bridle because it's the only one I have. And so I'm riding with black and brown tack. And that just gives me the biggest ick in the world. And I was perusing the consignment store's website the other day and happened to see that they have the exact same bridle that I have for dressage, but in brown and in her size. So obviously I had to get it. I mean, obviously. So this is the MCEquestrian Pro Anatomical Bridle. It has silver hardware, and it's like this really pretty Havana color. You will know that this does not actually match the color of my jumping saddle. My jumping saddle is more of like a goldy brown color. It's in good condition, but the leather is just getting like, you know when light colored leather, as it gets worn and old, it gets like dark patches. I really want to try like oiling it with a darkening oil to get it into like a little bit of a richer color. And also so those like wear marks don't stand out quite as much, if you know what I mean. So I'm hoping that after I do that, this will then match my saddle. So now that I have a beautiful new bridle, you will notice it does not match my saddle. My saddle is much lighter than my bridle is. So today's operation is to darken my saddle. This has been something I've been wanting to do for a really long time anyways, and this is just a perfect excuse to do it. I have the leather darkening oil, I have the soap, and let's get to cleaning. Like I mentioned before, step 1 is going to be giving her a good clean. I'm using my favorite vanilla bean goat's milk saddle soap. I'll leave it linked down below. It smells like a cupcake. It smells amazing and it does such a good job of cleaning without completely drying out your leather. I also have a bucket of water here with a wet sponge. And I'm just going to time lapse you guys and give this guy a really good clean. Let this be the sign to clean your saddle, because this is after literally one side of my saddle. So hopefully for you guys that was a nice, satisfying short clip. For me that was probably 45 minutes of me scrubbing up my saddle. It was disgusting. You guys will have seen from the water, it was filthy. I had to do 2 nasty bucketfuls. But it is now really, really clean and all the mold is gone on the underside of the flap. Before I owned the saddle, it did get moldy. When I got it, it was quite moldy, and so it is just prone to get moldy. I usually stay on top of it really well, but as you can see this winter it did get a little bit of a white tinge to it. But that is all now gone. So what we're going to do is we're going to let the saddle dry in the sun, and then also my stirrup leathers, just so it can kind of dehydrate a little bit and also get all the moisture out of it so that it can absorb the oil as best as possible. So this is the current situation we're working with. Stirrup leathers, I have these nice wide ones, are just hanging to dry because I'm going to also darken those. And then you guys will have seen my stirrups are now all clean and my saddle is already looking like 50 times better. It's looking so nice. But part of the goal is just like, it is a bit of an older saddle, so like, you know, the panels are a little bit of a lighter color and there is some discoloration kind of across the flap. So I'm hoping that with the leather darkening oil, it'll kind of even it out a little bit. So I will see you guys in a little bit. Alright, so it's now been almost an hour. So the saddle is completely dry, like all in the different crevices and whatnot that I was waiting for it to dry. And now it's time to get oiling, which is very exciting. So I'm using the Hydrophane leather darkening oil. This is the one that I got recommended the most for trying to darken your leather the most as possible. So hopefully it's satisfying and hopefully it works. Let's get into it. Alright, it is now several hours later and I've come back to take a look at my saddle. It drank the oil so much, like it slurped it right up. And even still, it still looks so dry. So I'm actually apparently didn't do as good of a job of cleaning it as I thought I did. So I'm actually going to give it a clean now because there's just like the oil brought a little bit of a film to the surface, which I think was just dirt that I didn't successfully get off. It looks so nice though. So definitely has gone a few shades darker. I'm going to give it a quick clean, and then I think I'm going to oil it one more time and then let that really soak in, and then I'm going to put a leather balsam on top, which is just going to like really hydrate the leather and kind of like seal everything in. So I will probably have to bring this up to my house in the night because it's supposed to be like 44 tonight, and we don't have like our tack lockers aren't insulated. So I do want it to be in like a warm, dry environment to fully finish drying and everything. So let's get to cleaning, oiling, and conditioning. This might be a 2-day project. That already made a massive difference. It just got kind of rid of the film that was on it from the oil. I'm gonna give it one more oil with the darkening oil, and then let that soak in. Go feed the horses their dinner and do blankets and whatnot, and then I'm going to put the leader balsam on and bring it home to let everything soak in. Okay, so the saddle is mostly soaked up that last bit of oil. I'm actually going to buff the rest of it off with a towel because I have given the saddle so much oil today. I'm not really worried about it. Like, also, oh my god, the sky is beautiful. I love where I live. Anyways, I'm not really worried about it needing more oil or anything like that. It was more so just to like do one final like, are you sure you got enough? Because I'm sure you guys will have seen earlier, literally I would put a swipe on and 2 seconds later it would be gone into the saddle. So very happy actually it's not all absorbing, because that means I actually have put a decent amount in. So I'm gonna buff it out with the towel, and then I'm gonna put leader balsam on it. This stuff, you'll see it's been through the ringer. I've had it forever. It also lasts forever. You guys will know I love FX products. I have their boot cleaner. I use like a ton of their different products. I love them. Stand by them. This helps with waterproofing the leather and also protecting it, and it also makes it very soft. So I almost always put this on at least twice a year to my saddles just to make sure they're nice and protected and the leather stays nice, all those fun things. But it is a thicker consistency than oil, so it does take a longer time to soak in, hence why I do want to bring my saddle home tonight to put it in a warm environment so that it actually has time to soak in completely. So I'm going to buff out the oil, put a coat of this on, let it absorb a little bit, and then hopefully by the time I'm done blanketing and watering all the horses, it will be dry enough that I can put it in my car to bring it home. It is officially done. I am so impressed with myself that I did this in just one day. Normally, if you have the time, I would recommend that you do like the cleaning one day, oiling over a few days, and then the balsam last step on the last day. It's better to spread it out so the leather actually has time to absorb everything. But I'm just gonna, like I said, I banged this out in one day, and I'm probably gonna use the darkening oil on it again at some point, just to try and keep this really rich color. I am in love and truly blown away with how well this came out. I'm gonna text pictures to the girl or to the lady who I bought this from. I think she's gonna be blown away. So I'm really excited, and I think this bridle will actually match really closely now, which I'm so excited about. We're gonna be looking very fresh and very cute. So I'm going to leave it here. I did just want to put a few things in here, like I said, about spreading out the oiling and whatnot. Also, I would not use the sponge that I used. You can see at some point I was using a kitchen sponge. I didn't have any other sponges. I ended up at the end just like sacrificing my soap sponge, and I'll just have to buy a new one. But yeah, don't recommend the kitchen sponge. Not a good idea. Also, leathers are done. They're just drying right there, and stirrups are done. I'm gonna put the leathers and stirrups back on the saddle and give you guys a final look, and then I'll call it a day. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching and sticking through to the end. I hope it was as satisfying and fun to watch as it was to do, and I will see you guys in next week's video. If you have any other video suggestions or things you want to see, let me know down below, and I will see you all next week. Bye!